Alabama game, that history, that kind of get the juices going.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool opportunity for us to be able to spark that rivalry back, dating back to the Big 12. Everyone knows the big-time rivalry games like Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, and Auburn, and then there's Nebraska, Oklahoma. In my opinion, it's right up there with those big-time rivalries. Those two programs would always compete back whenever we were playing together in the Big 12, and it's something that we look forward to playing in.
So far, through three games, I know the first game you were kind of working your way back still, but how do you feel you've played? What's sort of your summary of your game so far?
Yeah, I'm not satisfied with how I've been playing. I need to tighten up, that's for sure. There's things that I always need to work on, and I just need to get better from my own perspective.
Hey, Turner, has Coach Frost or anybody spoken to you guys just about the mission of this series with Oklahoma? Because when it was going good, none of you guys were born.
Right. He briefly touched on it this morning, but I'm sure as the week goes along, he's definitely gonna speak about it some more.
What was his message?
He said that these guys are fast. We got to play faster. So that's kind of the message going into things. That's how we're going to be able to compete against these guys. These guys are they got a talented group. They've won down in the Big 12 for a long time, and they've got a formula, and it works for them. So.
You were recruited by Oklahoma, right?
Yes, sir.
But what did you? Was it kind of down in Nebraska and Oklahoma for you? Ohio State too.
Yeah. Those three schools were high up on my list whenever recruiting was going on. It kind of just came down to what I felt best was for myself. So.
What is it about your play so far that you said you're not satisfied with it? Why is that the way you feel about it?
Like this last game, for instance, I did a little bit better job in the past game. I still overset a few times on the 5 technique, but I just there's things that I'm just not satisfied with how I've been playing. Like in the spring, I was playing a lot better. Obviously rolling off an injury, it's not quite the same, but I just need to get back to that level of play that I was playing at in the spring.
After the game, Scott Frost said the base run plays weren't quite where they wanted them yet. Did you sort of have the same feeling? Do you feel like you're close there? What's sort of your gauge on that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not satisfied with how the offensive line's playing, and none of us are. It's not just me, it's not just Coach Austin, it's all of us. We're a unit, and we all think and feel the same thing all the time. We know when things are supposed to hit, and they weren't hitting the way we wanted them to. We weren't blocking it the way we should have, and we know how to do, and we just got to flat out do a better job.
Young Teddy was answering questions out there. How have you seen him come on? And you obviously went through what he's going through last year. Yeah. How do you help him?
He's doing a great job. He's picking up the offense really well, I think. He came in for a goal line play. I think it was in the second or third quarter. He was off on the right side, and I thought he did a good job there. And then he came in, he filled in for me in the fourth quarter when we got a decent lead. And his first play in, we scored both times. So I think he's learning really well, and that's just the best thing that he can do is learn the offense.
Could you kind of address the change in how redshirting works nowadays, where you got 4 games and you can still retain that year? Kind of going through that last year as a true freshman yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-game rule. Is that something that kind of is a carrot that dangles out there for guys that are redshirting?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's an awesome opportunity that the NCAA was allowed to pass for these freshmen. For me, last year, COVID. Obviously that was a free year, but if COVID weren't a thing, then I'm sure I would have been able to get in at least 3 or 4 games and be able to keep that red shirt. I think, like I said, it's a great opportunity for people to make the transition from high school to college, and it's just an amazing opportunity for young kids to get playing time.
Can you imagine how hard that would be? Like back in years before, where you're not going to play.
Yeah. It's definitely hard being able to not play, because that's all you've been doing your whole life is you've been the guy throughout high school, and then when you get to college they tell you you're gonna have to sit out a year. It sucks. It's just how it is. And then NCAA came and passed that rule, and it's been pretty cool.